Julie and I rented a car from Avis, and it's a Toyota Yaris, and you're gonna see that it's a compact car. It's a 4-door. You drive on the right-hand side, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Here's the trunk, but I have to get all this luggage into there. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. My name is Andrew.
And my name is Julie.
And yes, we're together. Surprisingly, these cars have a lot of room. So you put the seat down, you can hold 4 large suitcases. I have a large sea bag, I have 2 carry-ons, 1 backpack, and 1 handbag. This system has CarPlay, and that's yours.
Turn it off, though.
We don't need to. We can go to return location, go. So you can see that lots of it is in Japanese, but you have to ask for help unless you can read Japanese or use Google Translate to basically get it to go in English.
Okay, we have to pay a toll. Did you see that? It was 270 yen.
So a lot of these cars don't have ETC cards, which are basically automatic toll cards. So you have to have yen ready to pay. So we are noticing that a lot of these cars are overly protective, or they basically signal that you're going to hit something when you're really about a foot away, which is unlike our American cars, which allows us to get really, really close before the signals go off.
Please turn right. Turn right.
Or driving on the left-hand side of the road will take some time to get used to. However, just keep in mind that everything here is in kilometers per hour, which is super slow. And so basically, 1.6 kilometers an hour is 1 mile per hour. Our son ran track and field, so we kind of do those conversions. Like the 3200 is about 2 miles, and 6400 is about 4 miles. And a 10K or 10,000 kilometers is roughly 6.2 miles.
Proceed about 2 kilometers. Turn right.
So if you want to drive in Japan or Okinawa and you're here for a vacation, to rent a car, in order to get a car, you need the International Driving Permit. These items here. So what's interesting is that a lot of people don't tell you about this, but get this, and it would cost us what, $20?
$20 a piece person.
And you go to AAA, any AAA office in the States, and it will allow you to basically rent a car. So if you're a service member and you're coming over here,
you have to have a valid U.S. driver's license.
you need a valid U.S. driver's license. So for those who don't have valid U.S. driver's license, you're basically SOL. You're going to have to basically pay for the taxis around here.
The instruction also is to keep your international driver's license together always with your driver's license, your U.S. driver's license, because it's a form of identification.
That road sign here is basically saying that the speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour. So a lot of the road signs are very similar. So that's like merge to the right. But rush hour here in the mornings and in evenings are pretty horrendous. The roads are narrow. I don't like driving on narrow roads. I always overcompensate, as Julie will attest to that.
Trying to trim the foliage on the left-hand side of the car.
Yeah, so I hit a lot of the foliage. This is Okinawa, so you can see here There's a lot of basically foliage, trees. It would be jungle if it was unkept. And so there's a lot of foliage on certain roads that will actually creep over onto the road. And so these cars are already small. The roads are narrow. It takes some adjustment. Now, if you don't want to rent a car, and you don't want to deal with driving yourself, you can also use Uber. I used Uber a couple times. It's not that expensive. So for like $3 to $4 American dollars, you can get from Camp Foster, which is one of the main marine bases here on Okinawa, and you can get a taxi from there. I got a taxi from the Naval Hospital Okinawa all the way to American Village, and it cost me, I think, just shy of $4.
But if you're relying on that exclusively, it's free spending.
In 700 meters, turn right.
So, renting a car, you can actually contact Avis or through your travel agent or agencies. We use Expedia. You can actually use American Express, Platinum Travel, and there are rental car companies associated with all these third-party travel portals. And we rented a Avis car, and it was roughly, I think it was more like $35 a day.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. So we were on island here for 3 weeks, and I think our total bill is going to be about $650 for 3 weeks. Now, here's a tip. So most of you know that if you pay for a rental car with your credit card, like a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, there is insurance for the rental car that is provided by your card issuer. However, what most of you don't know is that that's very basic insurance, and it only covers like basic. One of the things it doesn't cover is actually the loss of use. And so the car rental companies, if you get in a car accident, can actually charge you what it would normally charge a customer to rent that car. So if you're paying $40 a day, you could end up basically paying $40 a day for however long that car is out of service. So you really need premium insurance. And so we recommend the American Express Platinum card. And if you're a military member, it's completely free. If you're not, there's going to be a charge of about $700 a year. But it's totally worth it because you have access to like the Centurion lounges. There's partnerships with Delta. When you're in Tokyo, you can use the Tokyo lounge. And
in 300 meters,
the main purpose of talking about this in this video is actually the premium car insurance provided by American Express. So for roughly $15.95 for a rental period of about 40 days, it will be completely covered for about $16. It's incredible. That's not per day, that's per rental period. What that covers you is an extensive amount, and I'll put on the screen here all the benefits, and it's higher coverage amount, it's higher liability, but it also covers the loss of use that the car rental companies could come back and try to get you for that, which is normally not covered by basic insurance. So that's a loss in there. There are 3 convenience stores typically in Japan. There's Lawson, there's Family Mart, and there's also 7-Eleven. Now, these convenience stores are not like the typical convenience stores in the United States. You can actually get high quality meals like unagiri and curries and different types of prepared meals that are sealed in these plastic containers that you can actually purchase and then eat.
And they're reasonably priced.
Oh my goodness, they are reasonably priced. So Julie and I did the other day, we didn't want to go out to eat, and I think we spent like $8 for dinner.
Yeah, something like that.
And that was like, each little item was literally $1 a piece, or less than $1 a piece, because they're like 100 yen. So right now, the yen to dollar is advantageous to the dollar. So for $1, we're getting about 147, 150 yen, which is a lot.
turn at this traffic light.
Okay, it's rush hour, so it's going to take us on the expressway. So the key is not to go into the ETC lane, which is pretty easy. Just look for the lane without the letters ETC. But the other lane that is actually for payment, you know, for cash, is in Japanese characters. So in the US, you know, you can turn right on a red light. Here, you can turn left on a red light. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to that.
Then turn slightly. No ETC card is inserted.
So there's a big fine for going in the ETC lane without a card. So the rental companies are very adamant that you know that don't go into ETC lane. So this is the lane for cash.
Please turn slightly right toward.
Okay, we're going to Naha.
Turn slightly right.
Okay, Nago is north, Naha is south.
Oh, somebody I know said that.
Yes, dear. But you know, I like to repeat things.
Yes, you do. It's your favorite.
Hey, it's the rule of marketing. You got to repeat things 7 times.
Lunch.
Yeah, surprisingly, Okinawans, they really like pork. They love beef. And sushi's not a big thing. Or raw fish is not a big thing in Okinawa.
Not as big, that's for sure.
Also, ramen and curries.
So hot. Big.
So airport 25 kilometers. Remember, 10 kilometers is 6.2 miles. So that's 12, roughly 15 miles to the airport. But it's going to take us a long time because speed limit here is 80 kilometers per hour. So you can do the math. So remember, 10 kilometers is roughly 6 miles. So the speed limit is about 50 miles an hour on this expressway. So 8 times 6 is 48, but it's actually 6.2 miles per 10 miles, so that's another 0.2 times 8, 1.6 miles. So 49.6, if my math is right.
Oh, it's too early to do math.
Julie, did you have your coffee yet here, honey?
I had a cup.
Okay, let's look at some of the driving here. So it's on the right-hand side. Hey, Jules, do the American salute. All right. So everything is switched. So the the turn signals and the windshield wipers are opposite sides. So it's common for Americans and other people who are used to driving on the left-hand side of the car will actually do this. And even after 3 weeks of driving, yesterday I got into the left-hand side to repark the car, and Julia was laughing at me because
You got all the way in and closed the door and then figured it out.
and I sat there just like what the heck? Where's all the components? Where's the steering wheel? Okay, so another thing to talk about, and I think Julie can chime in here too, is car accidents in Japan. So all car accidents in Japan require calling the police, even if it's a minor accident. The Okinawans require, or the Japanese require, police involvement.
You also have to give gomenasai money, which is I'm sorry money. So you pay obviously for the accident, but then you also give a monetary gift to the injured party or whatever, like I'm sorry money.
In 1 kilometer, moving traffic restriction due to seasonal construction.
And I'm not sure how much that gomenasai money
It depends,
is.
I think, on the severity of the accident and how upset they are.
Okay, and so the other thing you need to be aware of is drinking and driving. The Japanese have very little tolerance for DUIs and drunk driving. Their alcohol blood level is, instead of being like in the most of the Western world and the United States at 0.08, is actually 0.03. So literally just one drink could be too much, and that's a major incident if there is a DUI or an accident involved, and you're going to get breathalyzed. Everyone gets breathalyzed. If you're a service member, there's going to be sometimes surprise breathalyzing events at the gate. So therefore, keep in mind that it's going to take time for you to metabolize your alcohol from the night before.
Do you have your credit card ready?
Don't need it.
Are you sure? You
Yeah,
don't have enough money, I don't think.
I got my credit card.
Continue to follow the motorway.
Ohayou gozaimasu.
おはようございます。北中城からご利用、こちら420円ですね。
420. Give me a 5.
はい、チェックしますね。こちらお預かり500円からお預かりします。80円お返し。80円ですね。Thank you、ありがとうございました。お気をつけてありがとうございました。
Yay, we didn't have to use a credit card.
We didn't. Okay, so keep in mind that in the States, 0.03 is no big deal, but 0.03 blood alcohol level in Japan will get you in trouble with the Japanese if you get in an accident or if you're stopped by the police. But you also definitely get in trouble with your command on base. And so I'd say, not a drop. And that's the motto here amongst the different bases, is not a drop. So if you're going to drink, you don't drive.
Get a taxi.
Get a taxi. And actually, the military bases, they do have a courtesy taxi that you could actually, there's a number, you just call, and your command will actually pay for your taxi to return back to your house. You can see that we're going in the opposite direction of rush hour. The other side is pretty much bumper to bumper. There's not a lot of room on this island. And so therefore, a lot of the freeways are like 2 lanes like this, and it really gets congested. Actually, another thing to point out is that when drivers yield and allow other cars to merge into the lane, or you're just courteous to the driver ahead of you, they will flash their hazards once or twice as a way to say thank you. So that's another thing that is important. In this culture, being like polite and courteous and saying thank you and
not causing other people to be inconvenienced by you is a high value.
So it's best not to be loud and obnoxious, and so on the road,
don't talk on your cell phone in public, stuff like, don't walk with a drink in your hand. I do that all the time, and then I remember, I'm in Japan.
So also when you're driving, just road rage is not commonly seen in Japan. A lot of people are very courteous. Things move so slow here. I love it because I'm a slow driver.
Yes, you are.
And it drives Julie nuts, but I fit perfectly into this culture of slow drivers.
Yeah, so wherever you go, just expect it's going to take you a while, and plan your day accordingly. I love to say that. Just expect it's going to go slow, and give yourself a ton of time. Don't calculate things in miles, because if you do, it'll make you you'll think, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Stuff takes a long time. It's island life. It's slow.
Yeah, the other day it took us an hour to go 5 miles. So just keep an eye on the time, and just be aware of that, so that you leave the house or your apartment or your hotel appropriately, and don't be in a rush. It's island life, so it's island time. Well, thanks so much for joining us in our video. Remember to like, share, and comment, and join us on our other videos as we travel around the world, and we'll have more on Okinawa for you. Thanks so much.